right?
So it's your fault.
We respect property rights.
I guess that's me.
Sort of. Although you and I squatted tonight and homesteaded. We were walking. It was raining.
We found an abandoned canopy with some tables and chairs.
No one in it. The people had
That's
away.
the definition of.
But there was really like no valuable property. There wasn't merchandise. And there were a bunch of like empty Coke and beer cans and stuff. But in camping chairs, and we sat down in it for a while, and this reminded me of that scene in that movie where he holds up his boombox. Somebody is holding up an iPad with a picture of.
Say anything.
That's it. I will say anything because Neem Vidali's not here, but let's call him. Can we call people? Wake him up. Wake him up. Wake him up. He's not having babies and sitting in the radio, but someone's holding up a picture of Neem Vidali where someone has photoshopped a pink bow on his head. It's pretty awesome and beautiful.
Take that, Neem.
So we made up a couple of names. On the Freedom Feens, we have animal names. It's usually a noun, an adjective, and then an animal name. We got one for Ian Freeman. He's walking out the door, but before he does, we should tell his name. He is the Flashback Ferret. That's your Freedom Feens radio name. All right, so we are talking to, and we have a guest on who has a magical power, allegedly, that we're testing.
I never claim magic.
Just
super power.
I think this guy is full of.
You can't say that.
Silver?
Right? Full of silver. So we have a name for him too. If he's successful with this, he has earned the Freedom Feeds name, the Silver Scrutinizer. All right, are we going to do the test? We're going to the break. We got time right now. Let's do the test. Have the pretty girl who's drunk.
Yeah.
You thought I meant the pretty drunk girl, and she's kind of drunk. No, she's pretty and she's drunk. She's heavily drunk.
Okay, my left hand.
She doesn't seem too bad.
All right,
My
close
left
your
hand,
eyes. Close your eyes, please, Scrutinizer.
You gotta close your eyes.
Okay, Vanna White, the anarchist Vanna White will now
Stick
come.
that tongue out, baby.
Don't swallow.
What did that taste like to you?
Post or pre? Is that silver or not?
It tastes like someone's dirty pocket.
Okay.
Doesn't most pocket change taste like
Okay,
dirty
put the other
pocket?
one.
Not mine.
Okay.
Vanna White,
Here's
please spin the big board.
Mmm. That tastes like freedom.
All right, determination.
Yeah, I think the first one was real, and the second one was like a regular dime to,
Okay,
like regular.
was he correct?
Holy moly.
Was he correct?
He's correct.
He win a prize.
Yeah!
You win a bunch of Freedom Feeds buttons.
Wait, I have a double set now?
You can keep whichever one of those. You can keep both of those.
Mercury dime was this?
That was mine.
Wow.
Who's giving Mercury down there?
You can have it.
It's in my mouth. I don't think he wants it back.
So this is pretty awesome. Donnie
Who wants this crappy Scott,
I was gonna say, Donnie Barker just did something really generous. He gave this guy $2 and he gave away someone else's 10 cents.
Thanks, Donnie.
The 10 cents has been returned to the property. You know all those stupid stories about Abe Lincoln walking barefoot uphill both ways through the snow to return 6 cents?
My grandpa did that.
Did he? Let's hear about that. Let's hear about that. Tell me
Oh
about
my
the
God.
grandpa.
That's
Happy Kitty, everyone. Diana Tyler.
yeah. That's a typical old person story. They always tell that story. that they
Wait,
walked-
you use Bitcoin, so isn't that old people, or you use silver, that's old people Bitcoin, so tell an old people story.
It's an old person story. All old people say, well, I was your age, I'll walk both ways, I'll go to school in the snow with bare feet. They always say that.
Yeah, but you see, you can't walk uphill both ways. That's the joke.
I know,
about that. But
yeah.
did they actually say that part? My dad never said that.
You know, this expression is why I took an interest in MC Escher.
Because you can walk, in Escher, you can walk uphill both ways.
No, I'm serious. Like my stepdad used to tell me this, and I didn't get it. Like in my mind, I kept thinking, like, how does that work?
The world of MC Escher.
And then you got into 8th grade and opened your geometry book, and there was an Escher picture. Was there? I had that. Okay, so tell me more about Grandpa. Grandpa Kyler.
He was Jewish.
Is there more to this story?
Not really.
Shalom.
Rock and roll, man. So, you're Jewish. We got a couple Muslims here. We're gonna have a debate. You ready?
Is it what's the topic? Is it peanut butter versus jelly?
I want to hear about the Redneck Muslim Organization.
Can we get?
Yes, where's Will? Will,
All right,
come up here.
so a big hand for the Silver Scrutinizer. I don't even know what to ask this guy because I just wind him up and watch him go.
Will is so awesome.
He is awesome.
But you have to told his kid earlier.
Yeah, his kid told me today, he said, he walked up to me and met me, and he said, I'm 5, I'm older than you.
Me too.
Yeah, he followed it up with something, but I didn't hear it. Somebody said something. Well, why?
Because all 4-year-olds are older than grown-ups.
Why? I'm going to play a 4-year-old here. Why?
Because that's what he's decided. I've asked that same question.
Why?
Because I was a crazy person when I was a kid too, and I guess he just takes after his own.
Will Coley needs no introduction, but anybody want to introduce him? You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Will Coley. I'm the National Director of Muslims for Liberty, and I also host the Call the Rebel radio show on Voluntary Virtues Network. And as Mike alluded to, Michael, sorry.
Thanks, Bill. Yummy.
Okay, that I
For anybody in Cairo, Illinois, or Paducah, Kentucky, who's listening and be like, what? There's a Muslim on my right-wing radio? What is this guy? You can't see him. He looks like the guy you buy moonshine from and go fishing and hunting with. And Kentucky is kind of at the top edge of Appalachia, huh?
Well, actually, this is the top edge of Appalachia, technically.
Tell me about the Rednecks for Muslim Liberty and the splinter groups, Muslims for Redneck Liberty.
Oh, no, well, actually, it was, there was the Society of Islamic Rednecks. It was something that was started by a friend of mine named Omar Dunlap, basically just as a way to teach for other people who are of the Muslim faith, who are converts, who come from the South or from Appalachia, that way they have the ability to kind of speak to other people who have been through the same things that they're going through, so that, you know, they have someone to relate to. It's been like, you know, well, this is happening at holiday time, or, you know, my family's got a hog farm, you know, what do I do?
How many people are in this organization?
Well, ISR, I think, has, like, I don't know about...
ISR, that sounds so official.
Right. Has like 200 and some odd members, but I actually...
Wait a minute. There are 200 some odd Muslim rednecks that have the time to participate in this organization?
Well, actually, that's the one that he brought to me. I actually created another one, like a little Facebook group, I guess you could say, that was just the Muslim Redneck Association. And basically, it was a place...
The MRA.
Yeah, exactly, the MRA. I thought that was pretty cool.
You know, you guys are really breaking down conceptions here for me. I think you should work with him. I don't know if this is... I don't know if this is a good idea.
Right? You think we should like run an organization
together? I would like the assistant director of...
Okay, here's my idea. I think this is a really bad idea, but I think the Muslims from the Muslim redneck group should make T-shirts with your motto on it: "Kill the precedent."
Oh man!
Oh my goodness, we could take the Confederate ANCAP flag.
Well, I've been thinking. Here's the thing about.
Oh no, I have a Muslim redneck flag. It's a black and yellow Confederate flag. The stars and bars are outlined in seafoam green, and it has an AR-15 with a snake coiled around it on one side. It says vigilance, and then it has the name of Allah in Arabic on the other side. It says conscience.
Heads are exploding in Paducah, Kentucky.
And my wife, who's from Africa, actually did the artwork for me because I had the idea, but Dobby can attest to this, I'm horrible with artwork.
Right. So not many people know this. Like, people have been seeing this shirt all over PorcFest because this is when we launched it. It says Rebel, and it has like the Bitcoin D instead of the thing. And that's actually the logo, or at least the first usage of that symbol is called the Rebel, which is Will Cooley's show.
Yeah. Basically, you know, redneck Muslim anarchist.
Redneck Muslim anarchist.
This is about what the government does.
Are there enough of you that you could have a nightly call-in radio show? I mean, I guess you could anyway, because it's the internet. It's not broadcasting so much anymore as narrowcasting. And that's one of the things the internet did was, you know, it used to be to do radio, you had to have a broad appeal to millions of people, because otherwise it's wasting a narrow amount of bandwidth. But with the internet, everybody can have their own channel. It's kind of like, they said, Andy Warhol said, in the future everyone will be famous for 15 minutes. And that kind of foretold some really stupid stuff like Facebook, like, I've got more friends than you. I've never met them, they're not my friends. But it also foretold really cool things, I think, like the lowering the price to 0 of bandwidth to where anybody can do a show. Now, if someone has a show and someone called in and said, yeah, I'm a hog farmer and I've become a Muslim, can they sell their hogs? What do they do?
No, you have to
you kill them?
Wow.
Or you just feed them until they die of natural causes?
I think you got it. So maybe we'll argue about this, but
I want to see this. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm going to make popcorn.
I think wow, okay. So I'm of the opinion that you don't tell a convert to do anything. That they are making a difficult transition.
Yeah.
They've made a very sincere choice, and you have to sort of let them choose their level of involvement, kind of like Fight Club.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, actually, I agree with Dobby because I've seen converts that got in and decided to do things that were, well, because the Arab guy that sits next to them in the masjid told them to, rather than because it was something that, and it ends up burning them out, or it changes their ability to stay.
Or they like burn bridges with their family because someone told them to do something
It takes
stupid.
years to repair the damage that sometimes is done.
And this is not a Muslim problem, this is a convert problem.
Yeah.
Well, it's a convert problem. I mean, I can attest to that too because I went into AA to get sober. There's a lot of similarities, well, not between Islam and AA, but between...
There's a lot of similarities between Islam and AA.
Well,
and I didn't go
got
to AA
rules.
until I became Muslim, and it was very similar.
It's got rules, it's got some spirituality, and it's
No
got...
drinking for one thing.
It's like the principles that they teach in AA are like something that I found in Islam, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but there's a lot of that too where there's people who like kind of stray from the purpose of it and become book thumpers and I guess like old, like kind of conservative, if you're not doing it my way, you're doing it the wrong way. And they're sober for 40 years but nobody wants to be in a room with them. Those people exist.
Yeah.
And you're talking about that in Islam.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But the problem is those people become that person like a week after they convert.
Yeah.
Because they're trying so hard. I went through it myself.
We'll be back in a few minutes. After we go sell some shiny silver badges on Freedom Feens. Worms.
Worms.
You're listening to Freedom Feens. So much truth, it hurts. Mission